Hey there everyone, it's Miss G. This video is for anyone who needs a little bit of extra help selecting their evidence and completing their outlining portion for their genocide research essay. Okay, so if you open up your document where you are completing your research and your outline, this video is if you've already completed your thesis statement and your topic sentences for your outline. So now you're ready to choose which piece of evidence, which quote you're going to use for each of your 4 paragraphs. Okay, now you only need 1 quote per paragraph. I know I gave you 2 numbers for each outline, but just only worry about 1 quote per paragraph. So let's look at this first paragraph together. This essay is about the Cambodian genocide, and their first paragraph topic sentence is, to begin, one cause of the Cambodian genocide was the rise of communism in Southeast Asia. So the important thing to remember is that we need to pick a quote that directly connects to the idea of communism and the rise of communism in Southeast Asia. So when I'm going through my research, and I scroll back up to my notes up here. Now when I took my notes, I used a system where I highlighted all of the causes in yellow and the results in green. That way I can kind of just look through at my yellow evidence here and see if I come up with anything about communism. Now, okay, so here I have a sentence that says, although Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge didn't come to power until the mid-1970s, the roots of their takeover can be traced to the 1960s, when a communist insurgency first became active in Cambodia, which was then ruled by a monarch. So if that's the evidence about the rise of communism, insurgency also means the rise of, then that's the evidence I want to copy, Control C, and paste under paragraph 1. Now, if you want to you can just leave it like that and move on. I think it's better to first make note of where this evidence comes from. So I just copied and pasted that quote from my Article 2 notes. Okay, now when I scroll up and look at what Article 2 was, Article 2 was this website right here, history.com. So when I copy and paste that in my outline, I think it's going to be a good idea to first put in parentheses history.com. That way, when I'm ready to actually cite this in my paragraph, I know exactly where it already came from. And if you want to unhighlight it, just go up to your mouse up here and click None, so it's transparent. Okay, my next paragraph is about creating an agrarian or a farming utopia. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to my research. I can look at my yellow comments and see if I see anything about a agrarian utopia. And look, there's my note right there. So I can copy and paste this quote under my evidence for body paragraph number 2. Because I want to make sure my quote is directly about the topic sentence. It's connected. Agrarian utopia, agrarian utopia. Again, I'm going to make this not highlighted. And I want to make sure I take note of where that came from. So that came from my notes on article number 1. When I go up and look at Cambodia article number 1, that is the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. Now for timing and space, I'm just going to abbreviate that to USHMM. So I'm going to put that in parentheses here, USHMM. Okay, now I have my quote that I'm going to use for my body paragraph 2 and 1. So I'm ready to go on to my next one. This paragraph is when I'm starting to switch. I'm no longer talking about the causes, but I'm now focusing on the results of the invasion, or I'm sorry, the genocide. And I'm choosing to focus on when Vietnam invaded, the Vietnamese invasion. So now I'm going to go back to my notes, and now because of my system, I could look just at the green notes. And it looks like I have 2 here. I have one from this first source about Vietnam, toppled the regime, invasion. I also have Vietnamese army. So you can, if you have multiple quotes, just pick the one you think is best. I'm going to copy this one, paste it under my evidence for paragraph 3. Take out the highlight. And then remember, I want to take note of where that came from. So that one also came from Article 2, which I remember from this quote is history.com. Okay, last body paragraph was about generations of poverty in Cambodia. So I should go back up to my notes. Look at all my green notes there. These two are about Vietnam. Here's my quote about widespread poverty and illiteracy. So I'm going to copy and paste this quote right here. Boom, going to make it not highlighted. And again, take note of where this came from, history.com. Now, I just picked my 4 quotes in my research that each connect to their topic sentence. If you don't have a good quote that connects to your topic sentence, just go back into your articles, click on your articles 1 and 2, and go back and just reread. Or if you want, you could even do a search by holding down Control and F. That's for Control Find. And you could type in a word like poverty, and look, there's a quote on it. Or I could type in communism or communist. Here's a communist insurgency. I could type in king or monarch. So that's just a tool you can use to help you find things in your research. Control F helps you search through a website or a document. One last thing I just wanted to make note of. As you are selecting your quotes, one thing that might be helpful is in your outline itself, write out that quote and get it ready to look exactly as you want it to look when you're going to copy and paste it into your essay. So remember, when you're ready to draft, you're really just doing a lot of copy and pasting. You already have your thesis, you already have your body or your topic sentence. So when you're ready to do your evidence, one thing I might encourage you to do is get this sentence a little bit more ready. So you can start by putting quotation marks around the quote. And remember, we have that citation at the end, we have the website, and we want to look to see if there's a year as well. So when I pull up the history.com website, that's the one I was using, I see that it's written by the editor, so that's the author, and it was written in 2018. So for my citation, I would do comma, 2018, wherever else says it down here, comma, 2018, give it some quotation marks. Okay, the next one too, I used on the last one as well. Quotation marks, history.com, 2018. The other one I used was the Holocaust Memorial Museum. So when I open up that website, let's see, I don't see a year or an author at the beginning. If it's not at the beginning, you want to scroll down to the end. And it said this page was updated 2018. Okay, so that's going to be also a 2018 year. Okay, put in quotation marks. Now, these quotes are a little bit more ready to be copy and pasted directly into my essay. Okay, if you need any other help finding or selecting your evidence, please just reach out and ask.